Folks, this is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report. Multiple states are now considering passing extra state stimulus payments for their residents, and that is wonderful news for all of us. Lawmakers are also urging the president to focus on passing a traditional infrastructure package. I hope all of you guys are having a great day so far. This is your fourth stimulus check update and daily news report. Now, Republican Representative Michael McCall had a message for Democrats on Sunday, stating that an infrastructure bill could become a reality if they focus on traditional goals instead of extending their reach to liberal agenda items.
It's a measure of the greatness of America, and we are a great nation. We don't seek to bury the wrongs. We face it. We work to make it right.
During an interview, Representative Michael McCall said that he believes infrastructure is a bipartisan issue. He added that the best chance to get something done is through an agreement between the White House and the Senate. He then blamed Speaker Pelosi for hurting the cause by blocking a vote on a bipartisan bill. The Republican said, "I think what Pelosi put forward was a totally partisan measure. You know, one out of every $2 went to the Green Deal. That's totally unacceptable to Republicans." Folks, who do you think is to blame for holding back our stimulus check? Is it the Democrats or the Republicans? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Now, Republicans for months have taken issue with attempts by Democrats to stretch the infrastructure bill to cover programs like paid leave and childcare. McCall told Fox, "You know, if you're really serious about this, let's look at a traditional infrastructure, and that is roads, bridges, and rural broadband." Personally, everybody, I just want to see the Democrats and Republicans work together to help out the American people like you and I. A fourth stimulus check is definitely needed, and it's definitely going to help Americans across the country. Everybody, be sure to give this video a like if you support a fourth stimulus check.
They don't want to fix it, they want to end it. That applies to both Social Security and Medicare as we know them.
Main point that all of us are saying, that for anybody to come forward and say, you've got to cut Social Security, you've got to privatize Social Security, you've got to raise the retirement age because it's in crisis right now, it's just not true.
Now, if the final bill does focus on traditional infrastructure, Democrats are hoping to pass the rest of their agenda through budget reconciliation, which cannot be blocked by a filibuster. McCall is worried that this would lead to significant tax increases. Joe Biden's infrastructure package won't just construct new bridges, tunnels, and highways, it could also help cement the Democrats' House majority for another 2 years. President Biden's American Jobs Plan would authorize hundreds of billions of dollars for new infrastructure projects across the U.S. Biden said on Sunday, "Today all across this nation we say with confidence, America is coming back together. Today we're closer than ever to declaring our independence." What are your thoughts about President Biden, everybody, and his work on the fourth stimulus check? Is President Biden doing all that it takes to help out the American people? Leave a comment down below saying yes or no. Now, echoing points he stressed out on the campaign trail last year, President Biden repeatedly emphasized unity, saying that when Americans put aside their differences, there is nothing they cannot overcome. And now, the California legislature approved the latest stimulus bill from Gavin Newsom, and that's called the California Comeback Plan. This package is a result of the state's record-breaking tax surplus and expands the programs, including the Golden State Stimulus Bill. California has been the most proactive when it comes to doing so, and of course financially supporting residents and businesses, with $600 stimulus checks going out to an estimated 2/3 of Californians. However, it is not only the state or local authority to do so. In early July, Ron DeSantis is set to sign a new statewide budget, which included stimulus check payments to help those who have been impacted by the crisis. The $101 billion budget includes a direct payment of $1,000 for teachers and first responders as a thank you for their service. Upon passing legislation, Ron DeSantis said, "We know that the crisis puts an awful lot of strain on our first responders, firefighters, law enforcement, and EMTs, so we believe that we should recognize their sacrifice over the last year. It is thought that the scheme will benefit roughly 174,000 first responders and nearly 180,000 educators across the state." DeSantis confirmed that he expects the payments to go out during the summer. Back in spring, while the fate of President Biden's American Rescue Plan seemed to hang in the balance, some states opted to provide short-term support for the residents. The first to do so was Maryland, who passed the Relief Act in February. And this piece of legislation included $300 for individuals and $500 for couples filed jointly. Everybody, that's all the news in this video, and if you guys found this video useful and helpful, feel free to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like.
1976, it was on the 4th of July that a group of determined patriots finally signed off on the Declaration of Independence, signaling to the world, and certainly to King George and Great Britain, that we intended to become an independent nation. That risk-taking, that independent spirit is something we've celebrated every year on the 4th of July as we continue our journey towards being a more perfect union, a better nation. And second, it's because of so much service and sacrifice, so much hard work by medical researchers, by first responders, by the doctors and nurses and orderlies, everyone in our health system.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, our job is to make sure that we can move both investments in our crumbling bridges, roads, and tunnels, our water and our sewage, our infrastructure systems, our railways, in the way that's being contemplated by the bipartisan agreement, and also make sure that we're investing in jobs that will be created and are necessary in home care, in long-term care, in health care, and child care, and in the broader caring economy. And I think that we're going to do both, and that's our job. And President Biden laid out very clearly what was part of the Build Back Better agenda.
We start off with a star-spangled sign of the times. Before you fire up the grill this July 4th weekend, we've got some big news on the state of the American consumer. The jobs report coming in better than expected, the U.S. adding 850,000 new jobs, and people are getting paid more. Hourly wages for non-supervisory roles in leisure and hospitality industry up 2.3%. Huge gains there. Bank of America reporting credit card spending is up 19% for over a 2-year period for the week ending June 26th, with growth in travel, entertainment, and dining out especially strong. So as we head into the long 4th of July weekend, is it all fireworks for the great American consumer? Steve Grasso, kick it off.
So payrolls, there's still some slack in payrolls. We're still about 6.7 million below pre-pandemic. That's number one. So you have slack in the labor market, so we're not so worried about inflation just yet. People who have a job, keep the job. People who don't have a job are going to be coming off aid in when? September, I think the number is. What's the extra check right now? $300. Jump in whenever you know them, because I'm not so sure about the numbers. So $300 is extra on top of unemployment, on unemployment checks. That's going to be rolling off. So I'm a little perplexed. Does the economy keep rolling, or do we see a pullback in September?
So you're questioning.
I'm questioning it right now. And just to put a bow on my thing, Costco, all-time highs. Nike, all-time highs. XLY, discretionary,
so you think it's
all-time
toppy.
highs.
You think it's toppy here?
I feel like it could be a touch toppy. There are some pockets of strength, but I think in September, that's make or break, and that's real pivotal going into year end.
I like the self-bow for Steve Grasso. Mike Coe, what do you think of the consumer? It feels like the consumer is still ready to